Okay. I just realized that I may have brought up a concept that I should have covered before because it just kind of hit me that maybe y'all don't know the difference between skin color and culture. Um, because again, skin color, right, has a billion fucking variables, right? We're all on a brown spectrum, right? And our albino brothers and sisters in Christ know that I am including them as well. Understood, right? This is the skin of humanity, if you would. It can be our brothers and sisters in Kentucky, the blue people, right? The color does not matter. It's our humanity that matters. My cousin-in-law turned orange when she was a kid because she ate too many carrots. Like, it didn't mean she wasn't a human being for a point of time, right? It also didn't mean that because she's Caucasian when born that she suddenly was now an alien species or a Muppet or something, right? So the hue, the tint, the glow, the presence of the hair, the hairless monkey, right? It is all the same species. Okay, so that's one of the things that I started in those first ones about divesting from whiteness. But I think there's a concept that is very important to understand. When whoever the fuck it was decided to be like white and we're gonna make it the best. Okay. That created us just, seriously, we're like alchemists and we are just fucking around and making shit and not even thinking about it. We breathe this batshitness into life. You understand that now. You created differences because of the perceived, I don't know, when the light hits this shit, like what you see. Like literally, it's just a perspective. It's fucking made up, right? But the moment we breathed this thing into existence that there are differences, then the universe said, okay, now there are differences. And the differences are culture. Okay? That's why I felt like I needed to come back and make this one, because I have a very specific representation in my head. A woman that I have known a very, very long time. And I could see a knockdown, brawl, fucking fight of her saying, because she identifies as a black woman in a white body. You cannot do that. What she's trying to say is that she feels at one with humanity. She sees herself as the same as the other humans that she sees around her. She experiences that in her body, in her skin, right? Which she then, it got catawampy, right? Because we created some bullshit, right? It ain't natural, right? This is dark fucking magic. It's dark fucking magic, okay? So shit's not gonna work great. You get me? You feel me? You dig? Okay? So when we breathe that in, that is now a thing, and that there are differences because of how this is perceived in the sun. Cultures. And we got white supremacy. That's what we fucking got. That's our culture right there. And then black culture, Asian culture, and then you go micro, right? My fucking hood in Clarendon, Texas off the Kugel. What? Like, do you see what I am saying? It is not the skin that defines you. Your humanity defines you. Your culture, right, is what shapes you. And that culture is the thing that, because our culture is white supremacy says, if you see something you like, take it. So literally, we don't understand how to embody anything. Everything we do when we see something that we want and we take it, it's like putting on a hat. That's all that is. I like that. I am now going to take it. I am nowhere near, I have absolutely nothing to do with the culture that created the concept of that particular style, color, form of hat, right? I had nothing to do with it. I just took it and I'm wearing it around. That's colonizer behaviors, okay? So if you identify with black people as a concept, perhaps what you're feeling in your just human skin, okay? Because we need to start from there to be able to get you to where I need to get you, okay? So if you are vibing, and white people, here, I've got a great example. This is a great example, white people. White people, come here. Have you ever gone to, very specifically, and it's got to be like a very rich cultural thing, where there has to be music, okay? There has to be. So there has to be that vibration in the air. And usually there's going to be some food involved, so there's smells, right? And the people of that culture are there, and they're vibing. And you get there, and you're like, oh my God, who are these people? Hey, what are these Germans? I've certainly got some German blood. Fucking German fest, yeah. Or Irish fest. And then, don't go showing up at Juneteenth, though. My Texans, don't go showing up at Juneteenth. If you don't know, if you don't understand what I want you to do first, okay? Yes, my sisters in Christ. Because I know none of the men, if any man ever watches this, is ever going to be like, yeah, certainly I want to go to a Juneteenth. Because that's your racist ass not wanting to go there. It's not that. That's culturally not where you need to be at the moment. But journal about it first. Research it. Don't ask another human about it unless that human happens to be me. I mean, or another white person, see what you get, see what you come up with, because, baby, that's not for you. Okay? Just because everything there looks amazing, because it is fucking amazing, that does not mean that that is the space for you, or that is the celebration for you, even if you identify with it, baby, it is not for you. Okay, right? It's like us appropriating anything else. You think you identify with what it looks like. You don't. Remember when I was talking about the feeling, the intuition, kind of like, if you feel like you belong here, it's because you belong here because you're a human, not because you've found your people. Swear to God. Don't say it. We have always found our people. Okay, we are one people. That's what I'm trying That's what I'm trying to get you to here. And I mean, I know, like, the work to get a woman there, it takes extra skill, but I can manage. Okay. Okay. I can get y'all there. But you have to understand that you think it's the culture. You think that if you divest yourself from this 13th motherfucker back here, that then you will have no culture to catch you. I hear a lot of you out there. Well, then basically this is the vampire that is very much omnipresent and running shit with white supremacy. I knew there was a reason why vampire had been swimming around in me. Here we go. It's another archetype. So, if you think about colonization the way you think about the archetype of a vampire, not sexy, sparkle, fucking moody, broody vampire. No, the goddamn demon. Like, the fucking demon. Not nice. Don't want this entity anywhere the fuck around you. Bad news bears. Bad news bears. Because a vampire is obsession. Obsessive want, need, desire, right? Right? Fuck that. Like, do you feel that vibe? Ew. And we all know humans in our lives where they like, oh my God, they suck you. They're vibing real goddamn hard with the vampire archetype, okay? So when we start to get to a place where we're vibing with our humanity and we start looking at all of these other cultures who never forgot, it's not that they have something that we don't. It's not like they have something we don't. They just didn't forget. Remember? We traded whiteness for our humanity, like a vampire, right? We are the color of death, Nosferatu. Capiche? Transylvania much? Do you see? He desired so much that he ripped his soul and flung it. He didn't want it. He didn't need it. Because he wanted what he wanted. Right? And forever seeking. Always hungry, always cold. Never, ever to see light. Must exist only in the darkness. 'Cause light will kill it. Stay with me, right? Okay. Are we gone past our Robert Pattinson shit? Our gross, disgusting kitty porn? Are we done with it? Can we set that aside and get back to the fucking demon that you really don't want to be or be around or be a part of? Like, Jesus fix it. No. Okay? So, that is triggered in us when we start divesting ourselves more and more from the whiteness. It's called an extinction burst. Google that shit, because I don't feel like explaining it to you. Just write it down. Start bringing journals. I don't fucking know. I can't explain everything. Google is there for a reason. If you're my age, if you still have your Encyclopedia Britannica, it won't fucking help you. Okay? You gotta come get here in this year. Okay? We caught up? Okay. So, the closer you get to exorcising the demon. And again, if you're a fan of exorcism things, this tracks too. The archetype of the demonic possession and the whole ritual of getting rid of it and purging it. When does it get really fucking bad and scary? When do the priests start like losing their shit and losing their faith in God? That's right. Because you're going to lose your faith in that God of white supremacy. And that God is that little earthbound God. That itty bitty teeny tiny little earthbound God who doesn't give a fuck about any other bit of creation other than is what is on this infinitesimal blip. What a tragically micro-penised God is this? Crash. When you pluck that God, you start free-falling. And it's scary as shit. Again, if I am not whiteness, if I am not white supremacy culture, what am I? I'm falling. But no, you're not. You're just remembering. It is not as dramatic as all of that. You are just waking up. Oh, do you get it? Woke. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's what that means spiritually. Right? Catch up. Yes, that's what that means. You wake up and you're like, whoa, that is a very tiny little God, and I am no longer taking orders from you anymore. But what that means is you also have to stop taking orders from this one, which it turns out this teeny tiny God, you know what this teeny tiny God is? An actual man. Human, if we're going to be super specific about it, because again, gender's a fucking construct too! Get it? Get it? Once you get this thing, because what happens when a vampire sinks its teeth into you, right? It takes you. And what white supremacy does, it takes this vampire thing one step further and turns you. So, archetypically speaking, how does a vampire turn a human into a vampire? You drain its life force until it's almost dead. Free falling, right? Into the event horizon. Absolutely terrifying. The movies would let you think that it gives you a choice. It doesn't give you a fucking choice. It doesn't give you a fucking choice. You're almost dead. And it just drips its blood into your gaping maw. You didn't ask for it. White supremacy doesn't ask your fucking permission for a goddamn thing. Your body, their choice. Remember? Okay. That's what I'm saying when you have to divest yourself from this complete demon here. You start to freak the fuck out and you start to think that you're gonna be nothing. You know why? Because that's its dripping its fucking blood into you. When a vampire turns another vampire, everything that vampire knows, everything that vampire has seen, has experienced, has an understanding of, like Red V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic, and is going to be completely traumatized as a vampire now because that motherfucking vampire read that motherfucking trash book. Yes, there it is. It's in you now, and you never asked for it, but it is, and it's you, and you're filled with the same need. And you don't know what you're fucking doing because you're a demon, right? You just got here. So when you just get to a fucking party, what do? You look the fuck around. What's everybody else doing? How's everybody else jamming? And when you wake up in a fucking den of vampires, what do you think you see? Nothing pretty, I can tell you that. It's like a viper pit. It's not fucking good. Nothing but fangs and need and obsession and taking and taking and taking and taking and taking. Okay? So, I don't know how, I don't think, once you're a vampire, you kind of have to die, right? Stay with me. This is the concept of dying to the self, right? This is the concept of all of the religions. You're almost there. This is the concept of all of the religions, right? That says, let go of this illusion of what you thought everything was. Because I guarantee you, that isn't the way that it is. Right? So this is the concept of dying for Christ, giving your soul to Christ. You die to the self. It's dying to all of these concepts that you didn't ask for, but were given life. That's how you were brought back to life, was with the blood of this damn demon. And isn't it interesting that in the archetype, that we've got going on, at least here in the Western world of the vampire, is they ain't nothing to do with the vampire other than kill it, right? In whatever ways, and those ways really don't matter, but kill it. Because isn't it interesting that the power of that teeny tiny little micro penis god couldn't do a fucking thing about a vampire? Are you kidding? You're trying to tell me that this the god here, this god that made the sun and the moon and the earth and the stars and everything in 7 days and then took a nap. You're telling me, with all the Catholics in the fucking world wielding their crosses and their stakes, you're telling me that your God can't do anything about a fucking demon? Like a little itty bitty earthbound demon. Earthbound God can't do anything about this earthbound demon? Are you fucking kidding me? That's right. Take a guess who can get that monkey off your back, though. The actual God. What? Yes. That wake up. Divest yourself from all of these fucking ideas that keep you chained and trapped and hooked into this system of fucking oppression that takes all of your rights from you. It has taken the way that you even think from you. You can't even think for yourself. You can't even think, I am a good enough person on my own, and I don't need a blue bracelet to prove it. Because my culture is centered in my empathy and my connection with the actual God, the cosmic God. You dig? Okay? So that's why I'm not all fucking worked up. Okay? It's gonna be alright. But if y'all wanna come along for this good ride, you gotta wake up a little bit more. Do you understand now? With all that, the difference between what you think you are because of what you think this is, and you think that makes you? Nosferatu has his teeth in you. I might suggest that you pray for some grace to get you to the place where you can take it from there. How about that? Yeah. Because if you got to the end of this and you're like, oh no, I can't quite get there, then you need an exorcism. And the exorcism that we've got on this teeny tiny planet, micro penis God ain't got it. You're gonna have to go to the big God, the one that isn't gendered, the one that does not have a human form. Yeah, that one. The one that doesn't look like you. The one that doesn't look like anything because God. What? All right, my precious little working so hard. I'm so proud of you. I'm trying to think of like what we could call ourselves, right? If we want to be like a collective. I don't know. I've actually sort of discovered that the rats that live in my neighborhood behave very much like the humans in the neighborhood. So maybe I'll come up with like a cute little rat name. Because rats are intelligent and cute and social and friendly. And much like dogs, they evolved right along with us. So we can actually learn quite a bit from our rat siblings. Maybe that's what I'll talk about next. I don't know. Love you.